And what ends up happening with a lot of good musicians like yourself, you guys tend to burn out. You guys tend to um, get to a point of like, it's so much energy being gone from you performatively and in the music that it tends to create some sort of depression and anxiety. And a lot of musicians have dealt with drugs. A lot of have OD'd and died. A lot of them are still going through that depression. But touch upon on that, starting with you, Nasser. What has your experience been in that, and have you gone through it? You have friends who's gone through that.
Yeah, actually, somehow I didn't get any I didn't use anything to to deal with my depressions or anything. I guess I haven't used a single thing, not even a cigarette, to minimize or to uh, to normalize myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use my music to do it. So that's the beauty of uh, your artistic side. That you, whenever I feel depressed, what I do, I start take my guitar and start making things. That's how Dhorao came up with. I was down and out. I was thinking about death that time. Then you heard Dhorao, right?
Yes,
So
man, I
Dhorao,
love Doral, man. That's such a beautiful song.
yeah. So initially, the song was about death, but
Oh
he
man,
converted it into Rahman converted it into social outcast because we were all socially
I'm
outcast.
a social artist. Been around
Yeah.
all my life.
So I guess it's on artists. You're an artist too, man. So I back in like maybe 7 years back. So there was a time when I was out, down and out. I was like, I guess death is the only thing
Wow.
which can make you feel like relieved or something. And I took my guitar and I started playing a riff, which is Dohrao ka jo live version ka jo is starting at. Live version is a bit different than the recorded one.
I know the
So
difference too. Yeah.
yeah, so I started playing that, and I was, and there was an imagination of क्योंकि मैं visually imagine करके ही गाने बनाता हूँ, जो भी बनाता हूँ. तो imagination क्या आती है, ट्रक, एक पुराना ट्रक होता है ना जो जरा हिल हिल के चल रहा होता है वाइब्रेशंस के साथ. द ट्रक वाज ऑन अ पाथ, लाइक एक रोड है, रोड पे चल रहा है, चलते चलते, और लोग कुछ बैठे हुए हैं, और एक बंदा छत पे बैठा है. छत वाला बंदा जो है, मैंने अपने आप को इमेजिन करा कि मैं भी उनमें से एक हूँ. और वो ट्रक जो है, दैट वो ट्रक रुकता है, साइड में एक मैकेनिक नजर आ रहा है रोड पे बैठे हुए. आसपास कोई आबादी नहीं है, मगर एक गाड़ी खराब है और मैकेनिक सही कर रहा है. तो मैकेनिक उस ट्रक को देखता है, और ट्रक नहीं, सॉरी, बस को देखता है, और बस को देखने के बाद उस बस में बैठ जाता है जाके, अपने काम छोड़ के. सही है, फिर आगे जाता है, XYZ कोई बंदा नजर आता है काम करता हुआ, वो भी वो छोड़ता है और उस बस में बैठ जाता है. और वो बस चलती रहती है. दैट बस इज अ डेथ थिंग ना, कि यू आर डाइंग, और आप उसमें बैठे हुए और वो जा रही है ना, तो लोग जो भी अपना काम कर रहे हैं, दे हैव टू लीव दैट काम वहीं, देन एंड देयर, एंड लीव द वर्ल्ड. तो दैट्स हाउ आई इमेजिन इनिशियली दोहराव का जो था.
Wow.
अ, जो जो एक वो थी, और हम सब में ये है, मतलब लाइक रहमान की एक अपनी इमेजिनेशन होती है, गाने की मेरी अपनी होती है. एंड वी डोंट हम प्ले नहीं करते अपनी एक दूसरे की इमेजिनेशन से. वी यूज इट इन फॉर अ सिंगल थिंग कि यार वी हैव टू मेक अ सॉन्ग.
Yeah, that's. I think we don't even talk about it too much.
Never,
Like
never. I never
we
said
keep our
these stuff to
we
anyone.
keep our interpretations to ourselves. We don't talk about it too much because if we do, it's gonna bleed into the other person when they're playing. And when that happens, the palette, the rich palette of different contrasts, it becomes compromised. So we don't do that. It's just up
Never,
to
never. We
each
have
and
our
every
own
one of us.
definitions of all songs. Yeah.
So there's no context. You guys are individually. आपका अपना soundscapes हैं आपके आपकी inspiration and you just get it together and sounds good, right?
Yeah.
So
We, we
so
do
Yeah,
we do talk about the concept of a song, where it is going when we make it. तो होता ये है
yeah,
कि let's say if रहमान have some idea, तो वो आके बताता है, यार I'm thinking about this. फिर मैं बताता हूँ, यार I'm thinking about this with this factor involved, so that I have my own, you know.
it's like this, and that.
Yes, your thing and your thing with उसको सोच के तो मेरी एक thing निकली है. तो आई गेस क्योंकि जाहिर सी बात है, अब I'm totally, अगर दोहराव की बात करें अभी, तो मेरी इमेजिनेशन थी कि यार आई गेस आई एम डन विद द होल वर्ल्ड एंड नो वन कैन हेल्प मी, आई एम हेल्पलेस, एंड आई गेस ये जो बीच वाला रास्ता होता है ना कि डेथ, अब जाहिर सी बात है वो एक्सपीरियंस तो नहीं की, लेकिन लोगों की इमेजिनेशन यही होती है कि वंस यू आर डेड, यू आर रिलीव्ड, और मे बी यू आर देयर इज अ लॉन्ग वेट और समथिंग। तो वो बस है, वो एक रास्ते पे चल रही है और वो वेटिंग पर आप चले गए आप। ठीक है, अब इसको जब रहमान ने अपने पास एब्जॉर्व किया, तो ही केम अप विद अ गुड थिंग, दैट दैट इज अ थिंकिंग ऑफ एन आर्टिस्ट। जब आर्टिस्ट आर डिप्रेस्ड एंड हम लोग सब उसी डिप्रेशन में रहे हैं, तो इसने एक एक खूबसूरत जगह दी उस इमेजिनेशन को, विद दिस थिंग दैट वी आर बीइंग अलोन, नो वन कैन अंडरस्टैंड अस, एंड we are not with, like, whatever we say, maybe it make no sense to the listener कि यार ये क्या कह रहा है। तो this is what our life is, and I guess उसको हमने दोहराव को इस तरह कंप्लीट किया। तो दो different imaginations,
but had a similar goal, right?
yeah,
Like
the
that
feel
thing
is
of
same.
like
Yeah,
of musicians going through
The
this.
goal was to make great music, and I think as far as our personal opinions are concerned, it was good music. So, so yeah, I think it works out in the end that way. But I have a different approach to how I deal with my depression and stuff and burning out. Then Nasir. Nasir takes it out on music. I've seen him do it. But इसने मेरा gigs के बाद हाल देखा है. I totally,
drained, lost, whatever, and I'm like, let's do something else, man.
बोलता है
So you
खाने पे चलो ये
drained
करो
after.
बोलता है यार.
So after a gig,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
drained.
drained. I'm done. I'm done for 2-3 days. I like I'm
Two, three
infamous
weeks,
for it.
man.
ये लोग बहुत complain करते हैं कि मैं गायब हो जाता हूँ उसके बाद ना, and I'm like यार fuck, I can't do this. Like
Why do you
not
think
not
so?
do don't do that. It's just it's just it takes a lot of energy. It just takes a lot of energy. And being a conduit for energy, because essentially when you're performing, you're taking energy from the crowd and giving it back to them, right? But sometimes the crowd is not really responsive. That happens sometimes. Or
Yeah.
जब वो होता है, then you have to create energy and then give it to them so they can give it back to you and you can make that exchange. In any case, you're a conduit for energy, and being a conduit is exhausting work. And after the show, my legs hurt, my head hurts, and I want to fucking break. And
Wow.
and my way of dealing with this with it is to go into this sakta halat hoti hai na, कि बंदा बस ना मतलब pause पे चला जाता है कि यार I just need a moment to gather myself. And it shouldn't be that way. If I need to be functional, I know, and these guys, they they reprimand me a lot on that, and rightfully so. And I'm trying to work on it, but I don't think it's a healthy way of doing it. But that's basically a flaw where I'm concerned.
Um, I wouldn't consider that as a flaw because I've been through similar situation as a performer. I had a role I did on an immersive media. It was an immersive show. So immersive show means it's a theater, but at the same time we interact with the audience instead of the camera.
With the
And the
crowd,
camera
yeah.
is in there too. So I had a role where I played a sound shaman and I had to sing and do didgeridoo. I had to do aura practice, aura cleansing. That was all part of the performance, but at the same time, I've done that before. I've done that in a therapeutic setting. I've done that in a shamanistic setting. And I totally understand what you're talking about. So I had a group of 20 people come in and I'm cleansing their aura and kind of like setting frequency points through tuning forks on individual people on their, and I asked them to intentionally give their fears to me. It was by the time performance ended, my head hurt so bad. Like I used to go like I had real issues after that performance. It was for a month, and I was not right for the whole year after that. It took everything away from me. It went deeper into my soul, that whole performance. But what brought me out of it was the love for healing. I knew I did something right there. I knew there was a group of 85 plus years olds. There was like 15 people, and they were 85
Yeah.
plus, and they were all together as a group. So in this room, by the way, just to give you context real quick, I turned the lights off, and it's psychosomatic, so there's a lot of incense going on. But then at the end of the performance, after 30 minutes of trance performance, I asked them to hum their voices with me. And a lot of people did not know how to even take their voice out of their mouth, I realized during that performance. This group of 85 plus year olds, man, we all held each other's hands without knowing anything about each other. And we hummed for the last 10 minutes of the performance together in one frequency. Man, after that performance, we all had tears in our eyes. And when I think about that moment, um, that's the most powerful, potential, energetic thing I've done in my life. So I think it's all worth it, right? Because
It
we're
is. It's
genuine.
worth it in the end.
I mean,
That's why we
but you just have
continue
to
to do
find a
it.
way to deal with it, right? I mean,
Beautiful.
there's a methodology
Yeah.
to it. I mean, whether it be physical, do you think it's a physical toll, energetic toll, mental toll, or have you not
All
deconstructed
of
that
them.
yet?
All of them.
I think it's all of it, honestly. And just like Nasir, I have no outlet of where drugs are concerned, or um, where things like that is concerned. तो वो intoxication वाला मेरा कोई चक्कर नहीं है. And the only thing I have are cigarettes and nicotine, and that's it. Cigarettes and me, we're partners in crime. So yeah, it's worth it in the end. Okay, and I think that is why we continue to do it, because we love it, and we'll probably keep doing it until we all end up dying. So that is why we continue to exhaust ourselves like that.